Well, millennials now officially make up the largest segment of the nation's population, making them an inviting target for political hopefuls. It's a group that could make a big difference in deciding who gets Oklahoma's delegates in the Super Tuesday primaries March 1st. But getting those potential voters to the polls may be challenging. This report was prepared by Pam Ortega, a journalism student at the Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Oklahoma.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? Who is Brad Pitt married to?
Brad Pitt is married to Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
What president is on the dime?
Abraham Lincoln.
Hamilton? No.
Eisenhower? No, he's the big one. No.
Oh wait, no, it's the guy with the short hair. Do you know?
I have no idea.
That should be FDR.
For many millennials, answering pop culture questions is easy, but politics are another matter. Political science professor Keith Gaddy blames a lack of interest.
Some people just don't retain this type of information. They're simply disinterested. They're not going to engage. They don't want to know.
Turn out in large.
Bill Shepard, founder of Sooner Poll, says politics has not been a priority for millennials.
Now, I've asked that question to a lot of people under the age of 34. They do not answer Roosevelt as quickly as they answer Angelina Jolie. And there's more information out there, and that becomes easier to get engaged in that information than talking about 70-something white men and white women running again for president of the United States.
But that attitude may be changing.
One of the things we've seen out of the initial caucus and primary is that there is a high level of young voter turnout. Millennial voters, voters under the age of 30, are showing up and they are participating. The question is why. Part of it has to do with real issue concerns that, if we look at the polling that has come out of Iowa and New Hampshire, the young voters that are showing up have a variety of very real concerns about the economy.
Millennials like Hector Alanis and Jose Nava believe social media is fueling an increasing interest in politics.
As compared to 2012, I'm seeing a lot more people posting about political articles, things like that on Facebook, and I think that's really that's a key demographic for Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton.
We're expressing what we feel, and it's getting contagious around the country. So I think Oklahoma is the next state to do that. So.
New technologies could also help shape interest among Oklahoma millennials.
What's going on now is the voters are communicating with each other, and millennial voters are more likely to use a variety of new media to communicate than any other members of the electorate.
Whether that will translate into higher voter turnout from millennials on Super Tuesday remains to be seen. Gaddy is optimistic.
Here in Oklahoma, the odds are pretty good that millennial voters do turn out. Unlike in the past where elections and behaviors and communication was mainly in a silo. So you're in a state, you're getting communication from the media out to the voters. What's going on now is the voters are communicating with each other.
Because there's so much pop culture, there's so much more that they're engaged in that probably dominate a lot more of their time than trying to figure out the difference between capitalism and socialism.
Shepard, on the other hand, believes participation by Oklahoma millennials will follow the pattern established in past elections, where it made up only about 6 to 8% of the total vote.